The purest form of joy is not happiness. It is knowing that your existence matters. Today we're talking about the pursuit of happiness and why it's the incorrect pursuit. It's the wrong thing that you should be chasing after. And I've got a few good reasons to maybe convince you of that, because I'm sure a lot of you will watch this video and go, I want to be happy, bro. I'm sick of being unhappy. And I understand, I get it. I've had more than my fair share of time spent being unhappy. But what I truly feel is more important than happiness in life is finding meaning. Why meaning? Why meaning of happiness? Let's talk about it. A life of happiness, what does that look like? Well, in my opinion, and from my experience, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like a life of happiness is a hedonistic life where you're searching for short-term pleasures. It's a very good short-term goal. It's a terrible long-term goal, happiness. You are usually aiming towards pleasure over purpose. You're looking for things which will make you feel good. That's really what you're trying to do. And those things end up being short-term pleasures, and usually unearned pleasures, like pornography, like junk food, like binging TikTok and watching movies all day long. None of these things require you to do anything. It's pretty much like you're simply just tapping a button and you get this injection of dopamine and serotonin to be released, and it makes you feel good. Because at the end of the day, I truly believe that most people don't actually want to be happy. They just want to be less miserable. And there's a big difference between those two. And so you have to think about yourself and go, what am I actually looking for when I say I want to be happy? Because it's a very broad statement, and that means it's not a very helpful statement. Because what are you going to do with that information? You just say, I just want to be happy. What does that even mean? What do you mean by that? So you have to get clear. And one of the first things you can do is ask yourself, is what I really want just to be less miserable, to suffer less? Because if you just want happiness, there's lots of ways you can feel happy. It's never long lasting. When you watch something naughty, when you receive a lot of money, or you win big, like you hear the stories all the time. People win big, people get famous, people make lots of money, and then they end up becoming miserable. And you know why they become miserable? It's not because they're lacking opportunity for happiness necessarily, because they can buy anything they want, they can do anything they want, they have all the time in the world, they can travel wherever they want. What they're actually missing is meaning in their life. And so if what I'm saying right now is starting to click with you and you're starting to go, okay, this kind of makes sense, well then, all right, sure, maybe I'm not aiming to be happy. Maybe I'm aiming to be less miserable. So then what does it look like? What should you be aiming for? How do you become less miserable and have opportunity for happiness to arise, even though it's not the main goal? Well, in my opinion, you need to make the main goal meaning in your life. As I said earlier, the deepest sense of joy is not happiness. It's knowing that your existence matters. So what does a meaningful life look like? Well, one of the overarching themes of a meaningful life is to have responsibility, to voluntarily take on challenges of the world, to focus on other people and not yourself. Surrounding yourself with a lot of responsibility and taking on a lot of burden in your life and doing it voluntarily creates a lot of meaning in your life. Because what happens is now you have a lot of people that are relying on you, and that means you matter. Your existence matters. What you do matters. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be an easy life, but if you just chase happiness, that life is not going to be easy anyway. Not only is it not going to be easy, but its foundation is extremely weak. So when your life turns to shit and things happen which are out of your control, someone in your family gets sick, you get sick, whatever it is, at the end of the day, when those things happen, and they will happen in your life, your foundation is going to be weak. So what you fall back onto is just gonna crumble underneath you, and you're going to crumble because you haven't built yourself up to be the kind of person that can handle life if you just chase happiness. Not only that, the happiness will wear off. It'll wear very thin, and you won't actually be happy your whole life if you just chase happiness. So you're not gonna be happy your whole life. And when things go to shit, you're not going to be prepared and your foundation is going to be weak. So if those are your options, then why not choose the path of meaning, finding meaning in your life? Because through meaning, through making sacrifices for other people, through taking on responsibilities in your life and being useful, one thing my dad has always said to me my entire life is to live a fulfilling life, you have to be useful. And I couldn't agree more. I just couldn't agree more. And he spent his whole life being extremely useful. He's been the best dad I could ever ask for. So through pursuing a life of meaning, taking on responsibility, being there for other people, taking on burden, making sacrifices, building up yourself as a man to withstand the tough times of life and to withstand life in general. not only does it make your existence matter, it also gives rise to the opportunity for happiness to occur. It also builds an intensely strong foundation and anchor for you under your feet for when life does go to shit. Because life will happen and then shit things will happen to you. But if you have a meaningful life, it makes that suffering more bearable. Happiness does not do that. Happiness has no control over your suffering when you're suffering. But if you're suffering and you know that it's meaningful in a sense, you suffer less and it becomes more bearable because you know it's for something, because it matters. And it's raining, so I should probably go soon. Sorry, it was raining, but I'm back. It's all good. So how do you know if you're building a meaningful life? Well, first and foremost, you need to work out where you are and where you want to be. Number one, once again, future authoring program by Jordan Pearson. I'll leave a link down below. It's amazing. It helps you work out where you want to go in life and also how your life would look if you didn't do the things necessary to make your life head in a positive direction. So check that out. It's a quick exercise, link down below. Once you have a bit of an idea of where you are and where you want to go, making sure that that end goal is meaningful. It's not just, oh, I just want to get rich. Okay, why do you want to get rich? Why money? Or I just want to be a professional video game player. Okay, that's fine, you can do that, but why? What is that going to give you which you don't currently have? And if your answer is more money, why do you want that money? Because you think it's going to make you happy? Well, you should watch the start of this video again. I'm not saying money is bad. Money is great, but money is better if it's used for meaningful things. Now, once you have a bit of an idea of where you want to go, you need to set up your life day to day, write it down in your diary, write it down somewhere and say, okay, if this is the life I want in the future, what does that perfect day look like? And write out that perfect day. And then you go, okay, that's the perfect day. Who is the type of person that I need to become in order to live out that day? How does that person operate in the world? What is that person's values? And when you start to get clear on the life you want and the person that is capable of attaining that life, then you start to realize, okay, well, how do I become that type of person to then obtain that type of life that I really want in the future? So make sure you're aiming in the right direction, first of all, because you could be heading in the wrong direction. Then you start to realize, okay, this is what I'm currently doing day to day in my life. This is what I should be doing day to day in my life. And you cross-check those and you go, okay, only 20% of the shit that I'm currently doing is the type of stuff that the person I want to be in the future will be doing. Okay, that means 80% of things that I'm doing at the moment are not going to get me where I want to be. Really ask yourself, how many of these things I'm doing day to day, week to week are just short-term pleasures to avoid the unnecessary suffering that I'm going through day to day? Because, brother, like, it's okay. I understand when life is tough, when you're feeling down, when you're feeling unmotivated, of course, it's very easy to just distract yourself all the time. Like, it's so easy to do that because like that's all you know half the time. And the tough thing is what you really need is not more happiness, it's more meaning. You need to realize that your existence matters. You need to take on responsibilities. You need to make some sacrifices and you need to delay your gratifications day to day. If you want to stay who you are, sure, live the hedonistic life, flick through TikTok, eat that unhealthy food, skip the gym, watch porn, but you'll stay exactly where you are and you will continue to be miserable and you will continue to feel like your life doesn't matter. The easiest way to understand this, if you're not wrapping your head around it, is I can either choose to exercise or not exercise. If I choose to exercise, it sucks in the moment. It's shit. Nobody really enjoys exercise while they're doing it. 99% of the time, it sucks. It's uncomfortable. But once it's done, it feels so good. You get that rush of endorphins, the dopamine hit, that reward system to go, you did a good job, keep doing that. Not only that, you're actually one step closer towards becoming someone better. And so you don't just gain a happy feeling, you gain a lifelong change in who you are and your discipline, the meaning you have in your life, your aesthetic, how people see you, how they treat you, how they respect you, opportunities that come up in your life. You live longer because you're healthier. People now look up to you and they want to learn from you, which then gives more meaning to your life. Like, brother, it's endless. It's endless. So it's not just, oh, do I do 100 push-ups today or not? It's not about that. It's so much more than that. Where do you want your life to go? Every single person that you look up to and that you respect and that you want to become more like, they have all delayed gratification. All of them. They've all created a meaningful life, and meaning is associated with a story. Meaning connects past with present with future. That's what meaning does. That's what meaning is concerned with. Happiness is not concerned with any of that. It's just right here, right now, how do I feel? I have another YouTube channel which at the time of saying this has 100,000 times more subscribers than I currently have. I have 5 here. I've got 500, I've got 500,000 on a different channel. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because why am I uploading these videos on that channel? Why did I stop using that channel? Why am I starting a new one? It's because the content I was putting out on that other channel was meaningless. It wasn't really helping anyone. I was chasing views because I wanted to get paid and it was unfulfilling. And so here I am starting with 0 subscribers again. I now have 5. Shout out to you 5, you're legends. And I woke up yesterday to a comment, someone saying, hey, I'm so grateful I found this channel. I'm someone that suffers with anxiety and I just want to say thank you for putting out these videos. And boy, oh boy, like that feeling I got matters way more than getting 1 million views on my other channel, because now I feel like my existence matters. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're enjoying these videos, or leave a comment down below about anything that you want me to talk about. Boys, if you want to help with your confidence, watch this video here. It's a banging video talking about how to become more confident as a man. If you're dealing with anxiety, watch this one over here. It'll help you out. Much love. I'll see you guys tomorrow.